Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be planning the week of May 25th to the 31st. I'll be using my functional kit, and by the time you're watching, if you're watching this on the day it was published, it would be released at 12 p.m. Eastern today. So here I'm just going over the sheets that are included in the hourly, weekly kit, and then here is the daily duo add-ons. If you want a more in-depth look of it, you can check out the new release video that I published yesterday. So here I'm just writing out all the dates and the calendar view. And when I frankenplanned this, or made this planner, it didn't really matter if I used another weekly month or another set of months, because I ended up covering the days of the week because it included the month. So yeah. And I actually preferred last year's weekly instead of this year. I mean, other than the fact that it includes half hours, but the days of the week, it only included the day and the day of the week, not the month. So I put down the date strips and then I added a thin piece of washi, and I couldn't find my slice tool, so I used my mini box cutter and it went horribly wrong. But then I ended up finding it, so I just trimmed off a bit of leftover. And the date strips does come a little longer than the intended length, so you can just trim off one of the ends. So I do put down the thick or the washi that's on the sampler page at the bottom, and it fits perfectly, and I don't really need to white out anything. And I like to use the excess pieces of washi from the left-hand spread to put as my background washi for my weekend banner. So this is the first kit, and I will be releasing 2 kits, hopefully, every 2 weeks. So I wanted to divide my YouTube videos up from the day, so I put them at the top instead of putting them when I publish them. So I'm putting the full box on the quote area or on top of the calendar view. And the sampler sheet does include a full box, so does the sidebar functional sheet, and sheet F, which includes 4 full boxes. So here I'm just using the page flags from the sampler to mark the videos I'll be publishing. And I did white out the times because it did shadow a little bit. So I like to put down a flag, a skinny flag, and then a this week sticker, or this week's script sticker, and I will be releasing some script stickers, or a bunch of script stickers in matte removable paper very soon, or I shouldn't say very soon because there's a lot of scripts coming, so just be a lookout for that. And then I did put down another full box at the bottom because I didn't really need that much room. So then I wanted to put the day off script sticker in the full box, or the quarter box I should say. But I ended up changing it and putting on top of the day. And then I found my script stickers from Scribble Prints Co of Memorial Day and then put it there. So here I'm just blocking off time for my job. And even though I work 5 hours a day or 20 hours a week, my hours are I do things randomly, so it doesn't mean that I work 9 to 2. So here I'm just putting the icons, and I will also be releasing new icons next week as well. So here I'm just writing down the videos. And I do like to film my videos over the weekend because I like to focus the other days on shop work, which is printing and cutting all the new releases and working on orders. So here I'm just making a dash line at 7 p.m. because that's when I usually eat dinner, but I ended up whiting out I cover up the 7 p.m. time with an icon, and these are also in the shop already. So here I found my Scribble Prints Co script sticker in gold foil, and I changed the quote box to a half box, and these half boxes fit perfectly in an hour-and-a-half time slots. So here I put down a quarter box to mark the new release that I'll be having. And here I put down the excess pieces of washi to mark YouTube. And I do have quite a few videos to edit, which are my memory plan with me's. So I put down a check box, and these check boxes fit 4 hours time slots. So I did put down one of the extra full boxes on Monday since it's a day off for me. So for Tuesday I do have a credit card bill due, so I put it on top where I track my videos. And since I don't really publish videos on Tuesday unless it's an extra video. And I also wanted to mark that Erin Condren's seasonal surprise box was going live. And I totally messed up writing that, so I was going to change it, but then I changed my mind. And then I did have a bit of excess of the check boxes, so I just included it on Monday since it was a day off and I should be relaxing, but I like to keep myself busy. And also, if you guys bought anything from the coil release on Friday, thank you so much. I had a ton of orders and they are all fulfilled by the time you're watching this, so they'll be dropped off Wednesday. So here I'm just finishing up the checklist. And I should have put them next to the 9 to 1 or 9 to 2, but it was already whited out, so I just left it. So for the bottom of Sunday, I included a Oristelle sticker from OnceMoreWithLove to mark down that I filmed my memory plan with me that day. And it was also my cat's 5-year birthday. We technically don't know when her birthday is, but we make it the day that we got her, so yeah, we get to celebrate that. So this is pretty much the weekly spread, so now I'm just going to the daily. So I wanted to make sure that I included everything in the kit, so I pretty much used everything in the kit to show you what you can do with everything. I did opt out to use some of the boxes, and here I'm using the second version of the washi strips, or the thin washis, and this is the second version of the date covers. This is the individual date covers. And here are the deco boxes. There are other 2 variations, which is the split notes and just the notes area. So here I have excess pieces of washi from the weekly spread. So I just included that. on Tuesday through Friday, since that's when I'm working. And that's when my time changes for work, because I can't call people at 9 a.m. So my job is a college assistant, so I have to call students regarding their balances, and we can't call them until 10 a.m. because we can't, I don't know why, but so I did put down a deco box at the bottom of Monday since it was Memorial Day weekend. I'm going to actually take a picture of my dog because I love taking pictures of my dog, and they're so photogenic. So yeah, I included one last week as well, if you saw that video. So here I put down a quote or half box on top of the deco box, and here I'm just putting down the YouTube video that I'll be publishing and my new releases. And here I'm using this stencil to track, make sure that I published every listing that I said I would. So here I'm just tracking how many listings there are, but I actually combined a few of them since I didn't want 11 boxes going down. But I actually wrote this off camera, and here I'm including that I have a day off. So now for Tuesday, and I actually don't like to white out the colored strip because it helps me align everything properly, and you can't really see it as much unless you're using a really light piece of washi. So here is the short boxes that are also in multicolored. So these don't cover the time at all, but I just opt to use it in the middle. So I whited out the 7 a.m. section and just wrote what was due, which is my credit card. And then for the deco sidebar, or the deco area, I put down a half box to mark the seasonal surprise box. And I also put down a deco box, or a deco tile, that's what I'm calling it, at the bottom of Tuesday. And here I'm just putting down the thin piece of washi to mark down work. So technically I'm working from 10 to 3, and I have about 340 calls to make, and my supervisor said there's not really a deadline to meet, just call students as soon as you can. So yeah. So the thin washi actually includes 2 on each of the colorways, so there's 4 in total, and there's 16 strips of each. Or yeah, 16 strips in total. So you can actually match each page together. So I did opt to use Wednesday a journal box. And I'm doing the same thing where I add a deco area to the calendar view, because I don't really need to see the calendar as much, but you guys can choose whatever add-on you want. And next week, actually, I'm going to be including the 2-hour time block because someone was interested in that. And I'll also be releasing transparent matte stickers, and these will be able to fit the calendar view of the Daily Duo and the year at the glance, or 6 months at a glance. I don't have it here because this is only 2 months worth. I will show it in the new release video that I'll be publishing on Sunday. So for Friday, I pretty much put down a deco boxes in the 2 areas, and I also wanted to make sure that I had a USPS pickup that I needed to schedule, but I forgot to mention that I forgot to write down that I'll also have a USPS pickup on Wednesday for the coils. So now for the weekend, and this is the last full week or last page before June begins. And I wanted to use the big journal tile for the weekend area, but I just changed my mind to the deco box. And you do have to white out the middle section or it will show. So I did put down a deco box and a journal box on the side. So I probably put a picture there on Saturday, or it didn't really matter. So yeah. So on Saturday, I like to just put down a straight full check boxes or checklist. And I did split that one in half because I wanted to make sure that I put new releases that will be releasing on Monday that day. And I did use the last bit of bottom washi or thin washi. So here I split Saturday in half, and I used one of the short boxes, so you're actually able to use those as labels. And I also put down a deco box which covers the calendar view, but it also fits in the weekly area. And I forgot to mark down that was my cat's birthday, but I marked it afterwards. So here is daily spreads, and here's the weekly. So I hope you guys enjoyed this plan with me. Until next time, bye!